Have you ever been in the middle of a project only to realize it's way off track, over budget, behind schedule, or worse, it's heading toward failure? You're not alone. Many projects go off the rails because they aren't measured properly against their baseline. But don't worry, this video is here to help you fix that. Stick around, and by the end, you'll know exactly how to measure your project's performance and keep things on track. Welcome back to our channel, where we bring you tips, insights, and step-by-step guides to help you succeed in project management. If you're new here, today's topic is critical for anyone managing projects, no matter how big or small, so let's get right into it. Measuring project performance is one of the most important aspects of project management. But it's not just about keeping track of tasks and budgets. It's about making sure the project is delivering what was originally promised, on time and within budget. To do this, you need to measure your progress against something called a baseline. In this video, we are going to explain what a baseline is, why it's important, and how you can use it to measure the performance of your projects. By the end of this video, you'll have a step-by-step guide to ensure your project stays on track from beginning to end. Let's dive into the details. What is a baseline? Before you can measure performance, it's important to understand what a baseline is. In project management, the baseline is essentially your project's original plan. It captures the scope, schedule, and cost that were agreed upon during the planning phase and serves as a reference point for tracking performance. The baseline provides you with a clear picture of what you originally intended to achieve in terms of time, budget, and deliverables. Once set, it becomes a fixed point of comparison that helps you assess if your project is progressing as expected, if you're behind schedule, or if you're exceeding the budget. Keep in mind that once established, the baseline remains unchanged unless you go through a formal re-baselining process, which happens only if there are major changes to the project's scope or timeline. Without a clear baseline, you have no reliable way to assess how your project is progressing relative to your original plan. Key metrics to measure performance against the baseline. Once the baseline is in place, you can begin measuring performance by focusing on a few key metrics. These metrics allow you to objectively assess how your project is doing compared to the original plan. 1. Schedule Variance, SV. This metric indicates whether your project is ahead of or behind schedule. 2. Cost Variance, CV. This tells you whether you are over or under budget. 3. Earned Value, EV. This is the value of the work you have completed so far. 4. Planned Value, PV. This is what you had planned to complete by this point in the project. 5. Actual Cost, AC. This is how much you have actually spent up to now. Each of these metrics gives you insights into different aspects of the project's progress, enabling you to make well-informed decisions moving forward. Now that you've seen how important these metrics are to managing a project successfully, why not take a moment to give this video a thumbs up? If you're finding this content helpful, hit the like button, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe for more step-by-step guides and tips. Steps for how to measure project performance against the baseline. Step 1. Set your baseline. The first step to measuring performance is setting the baseline. This is done during the planning phase of the project, and it involves locking down the scope, schedule, and cost. Having a well-defined baseline is crucial because it provides a clear, unchangeable reference point. It allows everyone involved in the project to understand the agreed-upon goals and timelines, and it gives you a tool to objectively measure how the project is progressing. When you create a baseline, document it thoroughly and communicate it to all stakeholders. From this point onward, this becomes the standard you will use to assess performance. Without this step, measuring performance becomes a subjective process, which can lead to poor decision-making and project failure. Step 2. Track progress regularly. Once the project is underway, it's essential to track your progress at regular intervals. Don't wait until the end to assess how things are going. Frequent progress checks help you stay on top of any deviations from the baseline. As part of these regular reviews, compare the actual progress against what you had planned. This can be done weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, depending on the size and complexity of your project. The goal is to identify potential issues early so that corrective actions can be taken in time to prevent them from snowballing into larger problems. Tracking progress regularly also helps you spot trends, which is useful for predicting whether you'll meet key milestones and deadlines. By monitoring frequently, you can prevent project delays and avoid costly overruns. Step 3. Calculate variances, schedule variance and cost variance. After tracking progress, the next step is calculating schedule variance, SV, and cost variance, CV. These two metrics are vital for understanding whether your project is running according to plan. Schedule variance, SV, measures whether your project is ahead of or behind the timeline. You can calculate this by subtracting the planned value, PV, from the earned value, EV. A positive result means you're ahead of schedule, while a negative result indicates you're falling behind. Cost variance, CV, shows if you're spending more or less than planned. You calculate this by subtracting the actual cost, AC, from the earned value, EV. A positive result means you're under budget, and a negative result means you're over budget. These variance calculations give you a clear picture of where the project stands in relation to the baseline. Positive variances suggest your project is in good shape, while negative variances signal potential issues that need attention. If this breakdown of variances is helping you understand how to manage your project better, take a second to share this video with your colleagues. Let's help more people get their projects on track. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on more valuable content like this. Step 4. Analyze earned value, EV. Next, it's important to analyze the earned value, EV, which is the value of the work that's been completed up to a given point. Earned value is a critical indicator because it provides a concrete measure of progress, showing how much value the completed work adds to the project. By comparing EV to planned value, PV, and actual cost, AC, you can see if your project is ahead, behind, or on track with both the timeline and the budget. For instance, if earned value is significantly lower than the planned value, it's a red flag that the project is lagging behind. Conversely, if earned value exceeds actual cost, this indicates that the project is being completed under budget, which is a positive sign. The analysis of earned value helps project managers understand the efficiency of their resource utilization and identify whether there's a need for corrective action. Feel free to drop a comment if you are interested in learning how to calculate earned value. I'd be happy to create a video on that topic too. Step 5. Forecast future performance, estimate at completion, EAC. Once you've calculated the variances and analyzed the earned value, it's time to forecast future performance using the estimate at completion, EAC. This metric predicts the total cost of the project once all the work is finished, giving you an idea of how much more the project will cost based on current progress. The EAC can be calculated by taking the actual cost, AC, to date and adding the difference between the total project budget, or budget at completion, BAC, and the earned value, EV, so far. If this estimate shows that you're on course to finish within budget, then things are on track. However, if the forecast suggests overspending, this is an early indicator that you need to take corrective measures to bring the project back in line with the baseline. Having an accurate forecast allows project managers to manage expectations and adjust plans as necessary, avoiding last-minute budget crises or deadline issues. Conclusion and recap. In summary, measuring project performance against the baseline is an essential part of effective project management. The process involves setting a baseline, tracking progress regularly, calculating variances, analyzing earned value, and forecasting future performance. By following these steps, you'll have a clear picture of how your project is performing compared to the original plan. This not only helps you keep the project on track but also gives you the insight needed to make adjustments, manage risks, and ultimately deliver the project successfully. If this video has helped you better understand project performance tracking, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and share this guide with anyone you think could benefit from it. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.